Hello, everyone. Hope you have a good day. So, today's topic idea that I came up with, I thought, since the multi guest thing, I really like using that. People coming on and speaking. So, the aim is I'm doing a debate game idea today. So, if you want to join, please do. And give your points about can AI. The question, the only question we're going to ask is AI good for the future? Or technology, I should say, good for benefits people in the future. Some people see it as a very strong tool, and others are not really keen on it. So the argument. So the idea of the debate game is you could either talk or type your verdict, your points about what you think AI is, if you feel strongly about a viewpoint. A lot of people say it's not good, but some people see it as an advantage that technology being the future of our lives because it rules us. But I'm talking about AI in particular. But I know there's artificial intelligence like robots. Robotics can be used to help people. Hello, thanks for joining. So this is the debates game. You could either talk through the guest speaker bit, or you could type the argument that you have against. So basically the argument of this, the question is, can AI be good for the future? Sorry about the words not being there. I just thought about this as an idea to get me engagement from the viewer. That's basically, you could type if you don't feel you can answer. Hi Naomi, thanks for joining. So if you would like to answer this question, can AI be good for the future? It's either yes or no. And you have to say why you feel like AI is not. You could type if you want, or you could go to the guest speak. You could send in your request and I'll accept it, then you talk about why you don't agree or you do agree with AI being the future or beneficial for people in the long run. So if you would like to do that, you can actually, I say talk or type. If you want to talk, you just press guest and you request to join the live, and then I'll accept you to join. If you don't want to join, it's absolutely your choice. But remember, the argument is, can AI be good for the future? So will it benefit people in the long term, or companies, or anything really? Because AI is now becoming this topic now. This is the only, I will put more debate ideas in if you feel like you want to join for that as well. If not, never mind. This is just the first step to seeing that. No answers right now. I'm gonna keep this up there until someone or somebody has something to say. Or if you could type, you can type. So it's absolutely your choice whether you want to talk. For talking, you just go here. You go to this bit, then you just press. I think there's a button you could press to. Hi, how are you? How are you doing? So the debate is, can AI be good for the future? So you just either type or speak if you'd like to speak. Hello, thanks for joining. So I'm fine, thank you. So basically, the debate, it's just a debate idea. Thank you for following. Thank you for following. Thank you, sorry. What am I doing? So you just type or speak about why you feel or don't feel AI will benefit people in the future. So thank you for joining, everyone. You're very welcome. I should have wrote down you can type or speak, but I wrote it in the thing, so because I have to request, you have to request to join for me to allow you to talk. Thank you for liking the live. You're very welcome. So thanks, Rob, for joining. Vic, thanks for joining also. So I should actually say what this is. You know, because it's a debate game, because two people that are talking to me about the wanted to join and speak to me, and I wasn't sure at first, but now I'm thinking, if you like to speak, that's fine. If you're not, you can type, because I'm not forcing anyone to talk, or because you have the option to type. So thank you, Nora, for joining. So I look a bit tired, I know, but I have the energy to do the live, so that's the main thing you should take away from me. Divine Manwa, thanks for joining. I don't know if I read the name right. Bipan, don't know how to say it, but sorry if I butcher your name. Just Jay, thanks for joining. So any arguments or points that you want to make about this, about AI being beneficial for the future of this world? So if you have anything to say or any points you want to make, please type it. No pressure if you don't, but it would be nice for someone to write their verdicts down. So it'd be nice to have someone say something. Yeah, I guess it's quick and easy. It gets your homework done quickly, I guess. I get your point about that. So, Corey, thanks for joining. Dennis, thanks for joining. Yaz, thank you. Saki, thank you as well. There's lots of people joining, but I think they're coming and going. So it's true, you're right. It does do homework. It's very quick and easy to do. Because I know someone had an interview because they wrote their letters, a cover letter through AI, which is quite. All they did is just gave AI points to write, then AI does it for them, and she got an interview from as a result. Widowed Voices, thanks for joining. Thank you, Raymond, for joining as well. So any points you want to make, type or talk, it's absolutely your choice. Black Dolly, thanks for joining. Smop1234, Selin, excellent, thanks 44, thanks for joining. So any points you want to make, you can type or you could speak through the thing. So you just have to request to join, and then I will put you forward to talk. So you don't have to speak if you don't want to. There's typing. You can type in the chat, in the live chat. So it's absolutely your choice because it's all open. I'm not gonna disregard people for not speaking because it's an option. I'm leaving it open. It's your choice. So any points you want to make, Matata, thanks for joining. Doc Cars, Cars Adventures, thanks for joining as well. Any argument or anything you want to say about this topic? I already have one. It's basically a debate game. So you just say why you don't do or don't agree with this point about AI being good for the future. That's the question. So you could type that, your answer about what some people say benefits. One says it helps do their homework. AI is very good for that. Oh, someone wants to say something. Okay. So now, so anything you want to say regarding doesn't need to be long.
So,
Offline. Thanks for joining as well.
hello,
Okay,
can you hear
so
me? Okay, good, I can hear you now.
I
Can you hear
can't
me?
hear. Sorry.
Just one. What about now? I can hear you, but I don't know if you can hear me.
I can hear you now. Yes. So anything
Okay,
you.
okay. Thank you so much. Um, I think this
You're
is a,
welcome.
I think this is a very interesting topic. Um, I think, to be honest, AI is a game changer. Um, let's not forget that. Because if you remember, so I think maybe once every maybe 20 to 30 years, there are new things that happen. And if you can go back to the industrialization of the whole world, just before um, Henry Ford, brought the
Yeah.
car, you know, that was quite an achievement actually, that we've gotten. And so far, a lot of things have been able to move forward with the introduction of cars, right? And then you got healthcare as well too, There's been so much research that have been done about healthcare, and people are living longer as well too, and the call of scientific um discoveries as well too, that have been made as well. And that's also tried to reduce human error as well too. And if you see with cars, you know, manual cars were very, very difficult to drive. Now there are cars that are automatic as well too, and hybrid cars as well too actually. So I think AI comes with this trend is definitely for sure.
Yes.
Um, but in the long run, because it helps with job automation as well too, and I think it's going to benefit the future because if you don't jump on the wheel of AI, you'll be left behind. Um, I, I think that does it, but I feel like they'll just be aware of the misinformation that AI can bring as well too. So just try to double check things and make sure things are actually accurate and stuff like that too as well too. Um, but yeah, me personally, I embrace AI and I feel like it's gonna shape the future and hopefully can help us to maximize its positive effect on the society. I just like money to take anyway on that. So I think it's brilliant. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for talking.
You're welcome. So what do you think personally?
I feel like it's very new for a lot of people because everyone's still trying to get used to it. But I feel it can benefit in the future in some ways, like reducing the human error
Hmm.
in terms of the computer
Hmm.
typing, and it can help generate images
Yeah.
for people and make that the creative
Future.
process much quicker. So
Yeah.
I would say that it can be useful for that. But if people are relying on it too much, then I feel you're just going to depend on it. If
Could I bust
you,
your bubble for a second?
okay,
So do you know that everything we use is actually AI? Everything we use, TikTok is AI. your phone's AI. Do you know that everything we use, like like now the traffic light is AI that we
Yeah, I
use.
get your point about that.
Everything is AI. But I feel
But
like,
there's a
yeah, go on.
certain line you can cross with it. So, like,
Of course,
you
yeah.
have,
Hmm.
you might don't know if it will reduce the ability to draw or write or anything like that, but it could possibly have an impact on some aspect. Like some people say you need a break from it, or technology can overtake our lives, which it already has, I would say,
Yeah.
because it's part of us now. It's part of this life, and they're making new technologies that are faster, better,
Hmm.
or they're making more devices more advanced, I would say. So
Hmm.
that's the point. So that's my verdict because it has benefits and it has
Drawbacks.
drawbacks as well. So
Yeah.
because we know it's very new and AI can't do everything because we have to input the information for it to
Hmm.
generate our thoughts or what we want them to what the what we want AI to do for us basically like Gemini and ChatGPT
Hmm.
and yeah I think we have to input the information. You can't just actually get the image or get what you want from AI, the answer you want.
Hmm.
You can ask the questions that you want, but sometimes it makes you get the question answer yourself. So you may not agree with it. So that's the
Hmm.
point I'm making. So
Yeah, I think
thank you
that's
for talking.
yeah. Thank you. I think that's a very valid point that you've actually raised there. Actually, because let's not forget, a lot of people because for me personally, speaking of personally, I use it every single day because there's some things that I can't share with people. It doesn't mean I'm being secretive or something, but it just because sometimes I have an issue that I want to solve and I don't have time to think about it so long. For example, now I need to pay because I'm paying on installments for something, and the final payment is in January next year. I was like, okay, I've paid this amount of money. Here's so interest. What can I do, to reduce the balloon payment of the thing next year? And he gave me something, and he gave me like a plan. Saying this is what you need to do. You know, if you can't make the final payment, you can take it.
So it helped you it
Yeah,
to do the
basically, yeah,
process much faster. So
yes, so much quicker. Yeah, so much quicker. Yeah, you know.
okay,
So
thank you.
yeah,
Anybody else? Thank you for liking the live. So if you would like to speak, then you press guest and invite. If you want to type your answer, then do so in the chat for those who are joining now. So if you want to type, just do so now. So it's absolutely your choice. I'm leaving it out for you to do. So type or speak through the mic or speak through the guest. I'll request send in a guest. I will make you join. So anybody else? If not, I'll just wait until someone else wants to say something or write something.
I mean, I don't mind talking with you. I don't mind.
Yeah.
I'm very flexible with things. So, are you in the AI space at all, or like what industry are you in, basically?
At the moment, I work for a youth media organization, but I
Okay.
do want to pursue a career in film. So I've been trying to get into the film industry as well. So
Hmm.
yes, AI is very good for a filmmaker, can help them with the production process, pre-production mostly, like
Yeah,
the
like
scheduling, the documentation side of things,
yeah, like
which has helped in some ways because I
yeah.
always
But
struggled to do it, get it started with it. So I felt it benefited through that,
what do
but I
you
didn't
think?
want AI to. Some people are using AI for making films now,
Yeah,
which
and I don't know if you heard about the whole like strike in America about them using AI instead of using
yeah, I think because
like
they feel it's taking their jobs and taking
yeah,
away
exactly, yeah.
creativity.
To be honest, what if okay now, just think about this, right? Look at that indie developer, like someone that is not, like like because knowing how much it costs to make, because I'm a video game person, so I'm gonna talk about like video games, right? Takes so
Yeah,
much money, so much time to build video games, right? Huge amount of
yeah,
time and huge amount of effort. And now let's say like one person can actually make a game now with AI, and I don't think it's bad. And I personally believe that as an individual, you can't just be like a voice actor or like an art or like an artist basically and say or people are using AI and you want to strike against it. I understand that point, but you need to always be useful to your society. Do you get what I mean?
yeah,
And what if those production houses don't have the budget to hire like a voice actor or to hire um like a normal actor basically, right? Yeah.
yeah.
So
It does
when
cost
I
money to hire actors anyway,
yeah,
so
it does. It costs a lot of money, and you have to sign the contracts, and and they've got like a lot of weird requirements. Like some artists that need, like some artists, or they it's like in
yeah,
food, or they want to get get like a trailer or so. All sorts of requirements basically. You know, yeah. So yeah, it's actually quite interesting actually. Um,
yes.
but yeah, yeah. So
Yeah, because as you already know, it costs money to make a film or
yeah,
do a creative project.
yeah.
Getting
It's a lot
actors,
of money and
voice
time.
actors, whoever, it
Yeah.
costs money to get props as well.
hmm
And
I'm sure you heard
AI
about
may be a cheaper tool as well, not just
yeah.
for the
hmm
whole production process, but I think it's cheap in general, really, to
Have you
make.
heard about like GTA? I'm sure you know what GTA is, like Grand
Yeah, I
Theft
know
Auto.
video games. So
Yeah.
people are
So
using
like
AI for video games as well.
yeah, and
So it has some advantages.
yeah,
But a lot of people say it's very new, so you don't really know what to expect from it.
that's the thing. AI has never been new. It's just like a different stage, I think. Because
It's
if you
more
really look at
advanced now.
yes, yeah. But if you look at the whole internet actually, because I think the internet was actually I think the US military had a huge hand in like GPS technology. I don't know if you know about the
Yeah,
history of that, right? The US military, you know, like they were actually quite responsible for the GPS technology which was brought up anyway. Which is part of AI as well too, But I just feel like, people just a bit afraid. And there's been a lot of like what do you call it, like propaganda basically on AI. And if
okay.
you don't know, try and find out more about it and you just say, oh, we don't want this by the way. Because now, like the life expectancy of people now has definitely increased, based on various things. We've been able to capture like, a lot of diseases that that are starting to happen in people. Just imagine if all of that just stopped. Like just imagine if AI just stopped working for everybody. We can't do anything. Like no, we can't be we can't be left on TikTok at all. Just imagine the banks would just stop working. Yeah, you know. Do you get what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yes. Yes, AI has its advantages, but some people, Because my grandma, for example, she doesn't like the whole online banking thing,
Hmm.
which a lot of banks in the UK, they're becoming closed, different branches of different banks. So people are
Hmm.
having to use an app as a way to send money, which is great in a sense, because it makes the
Hmm.
whole being seen much quicker. But you're not
Hmm.
really seen much quicker in a sense with online banking, for example, because you are it takes time. You either have to call them or put your problems in the chat, but sometimes they don't get through to you until like the next day, or you have to wait like 3 working days until someone contacts you about an issue with a bank,
Yeah.
about something to do with fraud. It happened to me, and I had to wait 3 days for someone to get a response from somebody. I even called, but they didn't do anything.
Hmm.
So I had to speak to someone that can deal with my case, and it took forever, and it didn't get anywhere. So that's why some people miss the human interaction side of, which is why some people have this feel like it's a disadvantage. So
Mm. Yeah.
like my grandma, for example, says that
Yeah.
she rather go into a bank than to use an online app for it. So
Yeah. I think there's a bit of a balance here. I think because like
yeah, the balance thing that, as I've
yeah,
mentioned earlier on. So
yeah. Because for me personally, like AI actually saved me because at the beginning of the year, I was just attacked everywhere. Like my all of my card were being hacked. Everything was hacked. My emails were hacked. Every single thing. And thank God. Well, yeah. Thank God for AI basically. And like you just said, oh, there's some activities on your account, and because for now, like if I ever make like a £1 purchase or anywhere, like my bank sends me like a notification, like I turn all of those things on because I need to see what's happening. And there was a fraud case of almost £1,000 basically. I left my account, and thank God for AI. I was able to freeze my account quickly and then call the bank and stuff like that. So I can understand, and because for me, like I really, really am grateful to like older people that are embracing technology because I've got a neighbor, right? He uses the air like the Apple AirPods, right? And I think, what don't you because some people that are older don't like AI at all or like technology basically. But I do try to help people in my community just to understand the benefits of AI and what to be aware of basically because like now you don't fear what you don't know.
yeah,
Do you get what I mean? Yeah. So
yes,
I'll
AI can help with that. So
yeah, yeah. So let's say because me like because I'm someone that have dyslexia, so I have a lot of like random thoughts, and then sometimes at night
yeah,
I'm
I
like,
think it helps with people who are neurodiverse like myself,
yes,
because
yeah,
I
same
find it
here,
hard to start tasks.
yeah,
So I need something to help
yeah.
me with that. So I feel AI is a good tool for helping to start tasks
You have to
for me
plan,
personally. So
tasks, you know, just say, oh, I need help with this. Can you come up with a plan for me, basically? And it comes up with a plan for you straight away when you start something. Yeah,
yeah,
so I use it at least multiple times a day, basically. I use it every day, basically. Every single day. I use it every day. Um, yeah, I use it every day. I think it's amazing. Like, just imagine if I had this when I was at school, you know, it would have helped me a lot because at university, I couldn't, like, because, like, you get, like, kind of assignments to do and stuff like that. So, like, I can't start assignments all at once. I have to finish one first if I start the next one, you know. And it took a lot of like sleepless nights, being in the library. Just want to invite AI. AI will have helped me with timing, I think. you know. Um, yeah,
Okay, thank you. Anybody else wants to join or actually type in the chat your points? So thank you for joining. And please, this is the topic, can AI be good for the future? So this is the debate topic that I have proposed. Because on Tuesday, I only came up with this idea recently, like two
that's
days
good.
ago.
Well done.
So, and people wanted to talk to me through the guest join speaker of the live. So if anybody wants to join, please do, or have anything to say upon that regarding AI being beneficial for the future, even though we are living in a digital age, which is
Yeah,
today basically. So, because some people have positive thoughts about it, some have negative thoughts. So, please, if you have anything to say, do write this down. I mean, do say something. You could type in the chat or you could speak through the guests. I'll invite you as a guest host. So please do have, if you have anything to say, do say something. Do make a point now if you would like to. You could type, you can talk. It doesn't need to, if you want to talk, you don't have to do it for long. It's absolutely fine. You could actually type if you feel like you're not ready to talk. It's your choice. So if you would like to say something, the point doesn't need to be long. If you have anything to say, please do make a make your point heard. So anybody? Thanks for the gift. So for those who have joined, so the debate, the question is, can AI be good for the future? So if you have anything to say regarding AI as a tool and if it helps you in the long run, then do say so now. You could type, you could talk, however you feel. So please make your point heard. That's all I'm saying. If you have anything to say, if not, no worries. But it's great if you can make a point, your point's heard, so that we could, because AI is part of this world now, and it's already been part of this world from the beginning, I would say. But
yeah.
and it's becoming more advanced. There's new technologies because they say by a certain, because this Japan is a country that's living in 2050, as most people say. So
Japan and China as well. China,
yeah, and China as well.
China's living,
They have
yeah,
more advanced technology than
way,
the
way more
Western
advanced.
worlds like USA and the UK
Hmm.
and European, the whole
I
European
don't,
Union
I don't know
has.
if you've noticed something. The drop in like mobile phone signal.
Okay.
Well, there's a company called Huawei. Um, they're like a Chinese technology company, and I think they were forced out of the of America. I think based on uh like espionage. I think with in America, and there was actually I think they actually left the UK as well, actually, just before this whole 5G thing came. And I could see that, that mobile phone signal is actually quite bad. It was very good before, but now it's just not so nice as it used to be. And I don't know if you've been opportune, to see all of TikTok videos in regards to like Zana brands, that have been made in China, you,
Okay.
you know, and 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 you can see how much technology China has. And it's funny how they call China like a third world country when it's not. Um, I'm actually opportune because my dad actually studied in China in the 1980s,
Yeah.
and he was able to tell me how China it was back then, and he knew that China was going to advance basically. So when people call China a third world country, I just laugh at them. I said, "You guys don't know anything because people like that kind of people haven't even been there before, and they're already saying, "Oh, China's not a good country" or stuff like that." Just imagine.
Yeah, one of the most wealthiest countries in the world,
Yes,
like in the
yeah,
top 10.
yeah. And
Because
funny enough,
third world is just loosely being used by the West as a term
yeah,
to describe people from countries that are not in the West, basically,
hmm
like Europe or the US or so. So
hmm yeah. And if you, and I don't know if you notice as well too that the USA and the UK, that are from America anyway, they owe China quite a lot of money. The USA and the UK, they are in debt to China basically. They're in debt, and
yeah,
just imagine calling China a third country, but a Western country like in the West, they owe a third like a third country money. And if you see the way you see the map of the world, they
yes,
put Europe in the middle, and then they put America on the left hand side, which is the West. But I love China so much. They put where they're located in the middle. And if you see their own globe, like the whole their own version of the map of the world, they put themselves in the middle. So literally, America's not actually in the West. If you kind of like get anywhere, but just because we're so used to seeing Europe in the middle of the map, and then
yeah,
see America on the and then see America in the western part of the map basically. So
yeah.
it's all about illusion basically. But yeah.
So yeah, Europe is this. I guess it's the smallest continent in the world, even
It
though
is, yes.
they claim they're like the second biggest. Asia is not the biggest. People say it's the biggest. It's not. It's Africa because of the reason why. I think, if I remember, I'm not sure if I'm accurately saying
Hmm.
I'm correct. I know Africa's supposed to be the biggest, but unfortunately, I think they minimized the size of it or something
Yeah.
because of
Let
racism
me
and the
let
colonial thing that
yeah.
happens out there.
Let me give you one evidence because I'm from Nigeria, right? And
Yeah.
I normally travel from the UK to Nigeria, and um I'm based in London, by the way. And um traveling from London Heathrow to France, right? That journey can be done under 40 minutes. The journey.
Yes.
You can pass France within 40 minutes. Now, as you're coming down, that whole journey from the UK to the English Channel, and then after like France and Spain and everything, is done within 2 hours.
So everything's so close together. That's why.
Yeah, it's less than an hour and a half. You're already very close to Africa. Now, because based on Nigeria, because of the approach, you enter Africa from the top of Algeria, basically. Now, as you're coming in, now to pass through Algeria is 1 hour. Now, the Sahara Desert, that journey is about almost 2 hours. It's just when you come into Algeria and you're going like down south, it's about 2.5 hours just on the Sahara Desert, that journey. So from there, I know that Africa is bigger. So you don't have to tell me that because when I'm on flights, um, I'm quite awake. Like I don't really have that much naps on flights, but normally
Yeah.
my flights. I've been that I've gone on it's about 6 hours. So I don't want to sleep that much at all. Um, but yeah, so I know that Africa is bigger. Um, Based on other
Yes.
things anyway. Yeah, but yeah,
So, for those who have joined, so the debate is, can AI be good for the future? Sorry about the lack of question mark, but you see, and the title and the bit where I should have centered the text, but don't worry about that. So, can AI be good for the future? So you could talk or you can type your answers. If you have a point, you just type it if you don't feel like speaking. If you want to join, you just join as a guest host, and I would allow you to talk. So and make your point. I could challenge your argument at any stage if you're saying something that's not agreeable, but it's your point anyway. So it's your opinion rather than fact, really. It's rather that's how we're seeing it. I'm just keeping it impartial, keep it open. AI is part of this world. It's been part of this world from the start, and it's becoming more advanced. And I feel like a lot of people would say AI is going to take over humans because there's some sort of panic, I would say. So if you would like to make a point about AI being good for the future or being bad because some people don't agree with it and say it takes away the human connection, the human elements that makes people human and stuff, and it can make people brain dead and can take replace humans in their roles, like certain jobs, like manufacturing jobs, for example, are using AI to replace humans. There's countries like China and Japan that are now ahead of where I am now, like in London, in the UK, and Western nations as well. There's some countries that are living in the future, basically. They like because the amount of technology they got in their head, they're creating more advanced technologies, software, hardware, phones, and there's a lot of debate over some countries' wealth that can play into the advancement of AI as well. And I would love to say AI is used as a tool to help people and can help create it can help create jobs for some people, I would say. But some people don't really agree with that because it's taken over the whole certain jobs like manufacturing, like if you want to be a typewriter, a screenwriter or book writer or something, that sort of thing. And a lot of filmmakers in my industry are solo filmmakers and finding crew and finding hiring people to make the film can cost money, and you need to go to a funder to give you that money in order for you to make something. Because yes, people want to get paid, but if you don't have the money to pay them, you might as well. Okay, thank you for joining. Thank you for making your points heard. Anybody would like to say something about AI making a point? Two people have said something. Someone said it helps do their homework. I guess I agree in many ways. Like it helps start tasks, like it can be beneficial. Stanley, thanks for joining. So the argument is can AI be good for the future? If you say yes, you have to say why. If you say no, you have to say why. If you want to join as a guest host, please go to and just put in your invite and I'll accept you as a guest. If you would like to speak. If you want to type, that's absolutely fine also. There's no, I'm not going to force anyone to talk if they don't feel, it's just an option between speaking or typing. Someone typed that they feel AI it does do tasks for you. It does. My guest who actually said something, he made a few points why AI is really good. He feels there's a benefits for himself, and because he's neurodiverse, it helps correct the human error for him. So AI can be good for that, and it helps me as a neurodivergent person to start tasks and to really, because I struggle to get started. It takes me time, so I feel AI helps with that. But some people don't agree, because I kind of don't really. I'm in the middle because AI is great for helping tasks, but I feel like it takes away certain elements, like the creative process. I understand why people in LA were protesting the film industry. The writer's strike happened because AI is being used as a tool to write scripts, but AI can't do that because AI is just making going based on prompt, writing a script for you based on prompt. I would use AI for certain scripts, but I didn't do it for every script because I know AI will take away my ideas that I really want for that script. Because I'm gonna have to do a first draft, another draft. I could do a third draft, fourth draft. I could be on many amounts of that 3 or 4 drafts or maybe more drafts before I actually have a script that I'm happy with and the script is okay. And the storyboarding and I feel like AI doesn't do well with generating images though. Even though some people don't agree with that. Because images has to be consistent, has to be, which AI doesn't do too well at. Because you're only it's going by prompt, as you already know. Because there's lots of apps that use AI as well. So that takes away the human element that humans can create. Humans can express themselves. So, but I feel AI is beneficial for tasks. It can help with the filmmaking process. Because a lot of solo filmmakers are using AI as a tool. I think it's called Midjourney, if I can remember carefully what the tool is. So, if you would like to say something or justify a point, you could challenge my argument about AI taking away the human element and the creative element. If anybody wants to speak, please do. Water Virus, thanks for joining. You're very welcome. Water Virus, thanks for joining. You're very welcome. If you have anything to say regarding the debate of AI being the future of now, because I know we're living in now, but some people see it as a new thing. Some people don't really see it as a new thing because it's been happening for a very long time. If you want to challenge what I say, like I said before, AI is taking away the creative element of what humans can do, and can't do certain things that humans can do because it's just a device. But humans would have to input the answers to create AI, basically. That's what my point is. But if you would like to speak, please do. If you don't want to speak, it's fine. You could join as a guest speaker if you want to say something. Or, yeah, guest host, speaker. If you want to join as a guest speaker. If you want to type, then do so. But you have to justify your reasons. Because someone did say about tasks help AI basically improves the way you do tasks, which is amazing for them because they say it helps to get started on their homework and essays and coursework. So you don't have to do a lot more. If you'd like to speak, please join. Please join as a guest speaker. If you want to type, please type. There's no pressure if you don't want to do. It's best if you. It would be great if you can, but if not, no worries. My guest who made the point about AI being not very new, but people seen it as new, but it's been around for such a long time. Like before Henry Ford created the first automobile, because he basically had the tools to create a car that is much technically advanced compared to what a lot of car manufacturers managed to make in his lifetime and all those things. But I like the fact he supports the Nazi regime sort of thing. So I didn't like that about him. If you like to speak, you could just join as a guest. If you would like to type, you could write in the chat. So doesn't need to be. If you want to talk, doesn't need to be long. And if you type, doesn't need to be long either. As long as you have a point, you explain why you feel AI is or isn't good for the future. So that is basically the question. So if anybody wants to say something, please put it in the chat or join as a guest speaker if you can. Or if you feel you want to speak, you want to say something. Because people saying China and Japan are third world countries, but they're much ahead in terms of their technology, which doesn't actually make sense to me. So I see Japan is like living in 2050, for heaven's sake. I'm like, this country is not how I thought this country is. It's very South Korea as well. They made Samsung, for example. The Samsung is very advanced. It's one of the top phone brands in the world, and South Korea is very advanced as well. It's very expensive to go to Asia. Japan is living in 2050. They have a very good technology there. Lots of phones brands are from there, and computers, devices. It's like it's in a cyber city, like a cyberpunk city or something, like Tokyo. China is very advanced as well. They're both what are in the top 10 in terms of the world's richest nations. I live in the UK, which is a very rich country, but we don't have technologies like theirs. So we should not really be saying some countries are third world countries because they don't have the resources to create advanced technology. Because some countries are in debt, as we all know. In the US, they want to charge tariffs because of Trump's thing. If you would like to speak on what I'm saying about anything I'm talking, or type, if you want to challenge what I'm saying, then type it in the chat. Because the point is, I am playing devil's advocate in certain situations. Like I said, my grandma doesn't agree with the whole online banking thingamajig. Linda, thanks for joining. If you want to challenge so the debate question is AI, can AI be good for the future? If you feel it could, then you have to say why. If not, you have to also justify why you feel like it's not a good tool for the future. Devil's Disciple, thanks for joining. If you want to challenge me in my argument about AI can be good for the future, please do. If you have anything to say upon this topic, please talk through I'll invite you as a guest speaker, and you have to say why. It doesn't need to be long, it can be brief. Max89, thanks for joining. You're very welcome. For those who have anything to say, do type in the chat, or you could join as a guest speaker, and you can tell me why you feel like this is not agreeable, or if you agree or not. Thank you for joining. I'm grateful. You're very welcome. I'm just going by your username for the time being. So, anything you would like to say, doesn't need to be long. Yes, I remember we spoke. So,
Hello, how are you?
hello, how are you?
I'm okay, thank you. I know, as soon as I came on, I knew straight away that we'd spoken. Yeah, we spoke a lot that time. I remember and another gentleman was talking that day as well. You remember?
Yes, I do.
Yes. Yeah, I was thinking that, oh, that was such a good topic, and it was so. I really enjoyed it, and what I liked about it as well, because of the
Yeah,
experience that you've gone through. Another person, they would have been like, even though I'm gonna share it out to another person, they will be like, why do I need to say it? But you were so bold, confident. I think that I'm not saying it because but what I'm saying is that you you realize that it wasn't your fault, but you were saying that you were silly, but you're not silly. Don't get me wrong, you wasn't. But yeah, great credit to you, basically, in a nutshell.
thank you. So,
You're welcome.
the topic is AI. Can AI be good for the future? Some people said yes. The two people that answered said yes, because it helps with
Um,
tasks. Like,
do you know what? Yeah. You see, the only thing I can say is that don't you find, yeah? I don't know if it's me, yeah. Don't you find that when you go to your GP nowadays, yeah? Like before, yeah, I could go and not interact with my GP, but I can call my GP and everything. Now they've changed everything now. Now you have to go and fill some form and this and that. But before, you know, if you're in a critical condition, yeah, what form are you filling in? You know, you need to see your
well,
GP and
999 if you're going for an emergency.
yeah,
But
yeah,
with
of
the
course, yeah,
GP, yes, with the GP, you have to make a phone call, or
yeah.
yes, they give you this form. You have to, because they should know, because they want to know if you're coming into to your appointment,
But,
because some people don't
but
attend appointments. I think that's
ano-
why they're
another
doing
thing,
it like that.
another thing I realized, yeah, now I've got about 5 different doctors. Whereas before, I knew my main doctor of before. I knew his name or whatever. Now I don't know who I deal with now. If that makes sense.
Yes,
Yeah.
like that
So
with a
they
lot of
changed.
people.
Yeah, they changed a lot of things. Whereas that then you knew that Mr. So and so is your doctor when you go in. You see, even though he still has a lot of patients.
I guess my GP, I can't speak for anyone, but my GP is now like owned by like an organization that helps.
Yeah,
Because I got a letter about it, and they say they're run
yeah,
by this organization. Is no
yeah,
longer. It is a GP still, but it's NHS owned. But they are owned by another company with that, so which is
yeah,
weird in a sense. Because that's why they keep. I didn't understand why, and I was like, why is this? Who is
yeah.
owning this company? Who are these people? That's why the staff are just there temporarily. I think that's why they keep changing everything. And I was like,
Well, that's it. That's it.
so alien. This is not the GP I went to before. This is weird. What the hell? That's what I was thinking. I was
Yeah,
like, this GP is not my GP.
yeah. This is
They
it.
changed everything. They refurbished,
The
and
thing,
there's new stuff. And I was like, who are these people? It happened
honestly,
during
they changed
COVID as
everything.
well, though, which is
Yeah,
strange enough. So
it's a strange one.
COVID
Yeah,
was strange times, really. So
I think that we just have to try and adapt to it. That's what I'm thinking. Yeah,
yeah, we have to,
you know.
because we have a choice. We have to accept these are the changes. And
Well,
yes,
this is it.
AI is the change as well. Like, it can help people start tasks. like it's helping me. As I said, I'm new. Like I told one gentleman, he's neurodiverse, and I said I'm neurodiverse too, and it's helped me start tasks. Like I
You
can
know, the
start.
AI is, I think it's like, it's yes and no for me, you know?
Okay,
Um,
you're on the fence. You're saying so
yeah, I'm on the fence, yeah, because I think that I'm still not, I'm not blown over by it, to be honest.
because it's been there for a long time. It's been there from the start. That's what one gentleman told me, that AI is not really new. And I said
Well, that's
maybe
true,
that's
that's true.
why. Which I
Yeah,
agree.
but
I
don't
get
forget,
his point on that.
yeah, but don't forget, yeah, when in the times of our mom and dad, yeah, they never had that, and they survived, they survived even better in the times of our mom and dad.
Yeah.
That what means of technology did they have? I'm not saying that we should go back to that, but my point is, yeah, they survived. They didn't complain. Are you with me? And
Yes,
yeah. So
because
yeah,
their technology
exactly.
is
So
much different. Not
thank
on it
you.
as much because those
Yeah,
technologies were different and they weren't that advanced as it is now. I think the reason
yeah,
why people are relying, I think we're too dependent on it, and it's becoming more
yeah.
advanced, so it's quicker as well and much faster. It can
Yeah,
do everything for you,
I
and it
think
can
that
help
that's
you.
what it is. That we're too dependent on it, like you said.
Yeah, so we
Because
are
imagine,
dependent on
yeah, imagine if I said to you, yeah, I said to you that, oh, you don't need to come to work here. If you say like you work in a factory or sorry to say in an office here, and I said we
it.
don't need your service anymore because we're going to be using the robots. So
Yeah,
if you check it, yeah, it might sound a bit odd, yeah, but look, yeah, I can, okay, you can call me. I'm your boss, yeah. And free staff call me and say they can't come in, that they're sick, yeah.
yeah,
But the robot's not gonna call and say you can't make it because it can do 3, 4 times the job of people, isn't it?
yeah.
Exactly.
Because yes, they are replacing people. People feel like their jobs are at stake. Like some people in
Because
factories,
if you,
manufacturing jobs, it makes
yeah,
the
the
robot
factory.
does it quicker for you, does everything for you, so you don't need to do anything really. Hardly
That's
anything.
right. That's right. That's right. Wait, I think that it's just the understanding of it, isn't it?
Yeah, it's the understanding because AI can help you understand. Some people rely on it to ask certain questions, even though they do know the answer, to just want AI to confirm the answer for them. Like my sister, she was using ChatGPT. She said, "It's my best mate," and I said, "Excuse me for you saying that, because
You
that
see?
is advanced." Yeah, she's relying on it as to answer her questions that she wants to know, but at the same time, she can only prompt it because she
Yeah.
may not get the answer she would like AI to give her. So
Yeah.
I said, I said, sis, you have to actually prompt it. You can't just say,
Yeah.
AI, can you please draw this? You have to describe it to it. You have to write all the details. Like one of my friends, she actually got an interview because she used ChatGPT as a way, as a prompt. She prompted ChatGPT how to write this cover letter for a job. She got the interview as a result.
Yeah.
So it does help with that, the writing, because she struggled with the
Yeah.
writing process. So I
Yeah.
understand why she was using it though. But I think
Yeah.
if she constantly uses it, it can take away
Yeah.
her ability to write a cover letter, basically.
Yeah.
So that's the point that I'm, because I am on the fence myself.
Yeah. I'm on the fence, to be honest with you. I'm definitely on the fence.
So anything you want to say upon that? If not, no worries.
Um, don't think there's anything else. Yeah, I think that's it. I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
So for those who are joining now, This is the debate argument. Oh, sorry, my hand. So, can AI be good for the future? So, if you feel like it does, then you could say why, or you can type if you would like to type. Or if you want to join as a guest speaker, you just request to join, and I will accept your request to join. So anything you would like to say, it would be great if anyone can answer this question. It's your opinion. It's your opinion. So yeah, but I am on the fence myself. So it can benefit me because for me as a neurodiverse person, I feel like it helps start tasks. Like I was struggling to really make a plan of my idea because I had to make sure I wanted to pitch a short film and I was struggling with coming up with ideas. AI helped me schedule. I came up with the idea myself, but I got AI to do the planning and the scheduling and the paperwork, the documentation side of it. So I used AI for that, but I wouldn't use AI for the creative aspect. But it can be useful for that if you don't have the money or the funds, because you have to go to a pitch, for example, and pitch your idea for a film. Because a lot of filmmakers, because I'm trying to get into the film industry as well as a long-term career goal. So basically, AI can be used for filmmaking. I think that there's an app called, I think it's Runway or Midjourney, and you could actually make a film with AI. You can get AI to make a film for you. So you just have to have everything prepared, like the storyboard, the pictures. AI can actually animate that film for you. You can't. But the problem is AI needs a prompt. So you have to prompt it. And you need and the image that AI you have to give AI the image. You have to give the chat the image. Like I was talking to one guest about it. Like he says if you don't have the funds because you need a voice actor, for example, for a film. But if you can't find anyone, you can use AI as a voice actor. But then it may not give you the voice you would be after. So you have to keep deciding. Like you have to prompt it more saying, can you make this voice sound deeper with a dark undertone to it, like deep male voice or something. Like for example, that's just one example. You can get AI to make songs as well. Some people would like to use AI for music as well.
Music, yeah, it's true. Yeah,
Like there's computing programming
yeah,
for it now. So
yeah.
I heard one song. They did a cover using one artist's voice for the song made by another artist. It was AI generated. You can hear his voice, the artist who covered the song's voice, but it has AI robotic elements to it, which can be distorted in some way. Like that's why AI needs that technology is very new, but it's not new at the same time. People see it as a new thing. Someone say, no, it's not new, it's not new. And I was like, okay. Anybody would like to say something? If you want to join, please do. You can join me as a guest speaker, or you could actually type your point. Ellie, thanks for joining. You're very welcome. I like the fact you always join my lives. You're very welcome to join. Anybody can answer this question, please do. If not, either type it. You could type because I'm not forcing anyone to speak. You could just type. If you have anything quick to say, please join me as a guest speaker and give your verdict on why you think AI can have benefits to the future, to now, because we are living in the digital age, as we already know. So, and we are using AI as a way to help us with certain things, like help me make this recipe for pineapple upside down cake. I'll just give an example there. Or you could get AI to speak about, like, AI is very useful for certain people, for certain things. I feel like as a neurodiverse person, it helps me start tasks and helps with the documentation process. So I don't have to fully do the documentation process, and can help answer questions that you may not understand. Someone did tell me it helped with their homework, and I understand why it helps them with their blimmin' homework, because it does push you to start tasks. You could get that task done much quicker. And someone who was talking about university, saying that AI is good as a tool for education as well. So he was pro AI in a sense, one of my guest speakers that came on. If you like to speak, please do. If you like to type, please do. If you like to keep your opinions to yourself, okay, that's absolutely your choice. But it would be great to hear somebody or see a comment, see a point or a verdict on why you think AI is a tool. I know countries like Japan is quite in the present. They're very much ahead, like in terms of the technology they're using. Like I've seen travel shows, videos about Japan, and documentaries about the country and how new it looks. I was like, really, they are ahead. Like South Korea, they have technology that's very good and very advanced. China is one of the leading countries in terms of its economic growth and wealth and trade as well. A lot of things, products you say, oh my gosh, everything's made in China. Everything's made in China. You can see why, per se. I'm not saying China is the best in terms of the way they're doing it, because it's not ideal. I don't agree with the way they're doing it. They're over there because of the child labor situation, treating children as if they're slaves when they're not, because and not giving fairly paying workers. I think it's mostly those corporations like Apple, Samsung, you know. I think a lot of countries are relying on China as a go-to place to manufacture products for making the technology there. And some people may argue against what AI can, the impacts like AI can negatively impact the way we becoming too reliant on technology to help us with different things. Like sometimes we rely on technology to as a form of, something that can help us. As a neurodivergent person, I know tasks can be hard for me. I use it for that. I use AI to help me start tasks. But on the other hand, I don't really feel AI is beneficial because it can take away the human element of it, of tech. Yeah, the human element of creativity and to connect with others. Some people rather have that human interaction. We're relying on those kiosks because I know Primark and H&M are now doing kiosks. You don't have the assistant to do anything. They're just there to scan or to put in the pin when you go to the supermarket rather than help you. They're not really helping you. They're just there. They are helping you, but they're not really doing their job. because they have that. It's been taken away from them. They can't do a lot for you as a way to help you get work. I mean, not get work, but to get the job done. As a customer, I don't mind it as a kiosk, but the problem is you do have choice. My boss, she always hated using those kiosks when she says that she goes to the supermarket. And I get her point that it takes. I just prefer using them, but because it makes it more quicker. But on the other hand, you're in the rush. You're not really doing much. It'd be great to communicate with someone. Some people would like to have that human interaction. My grandma doesn't like online banking at all. And I don't blame her because online banking has become an L for me as well. Because I did go to someone about an issue that I was having with my account. But unfortunately, they didn't really help me. So I was like stuck by myself. If you like to Cookology, thanks for joining. You're very welcome to join. The debate question is, can AI be good for the future? I should really be centering that in the middle because you can see the whole word, the whole sentence. So anybody would like to speak, join as a guest. If you don't want to talk, you just type your answers on why you think. You have to say why. Someone just wrote simply it helps them do their homework, which it does, I guess. I think it's quick, easy to do your homework. But if you have, sorry, my nose. Somebody was talking about AI being a tool to help with the job. Like, it makes things quicker, it allows them to do their job more effectively, and they don't have to worry about deadlines as much. And it helps them as a neurodiverse person get work tasks done quickly and surely. And it's more effective for tasks, I would say. Based Journey, thanks for joining. If you'd like to answer this question, please do. So, is AI good for the future? Or can AI be good for the future? So, anything you would like to digress on that, please do. If anybody wants to say something or type something, please do. Talk or type, you don't have to do it. You could do either one or the other. So. I'll come up with a debate topic tomorrow. Because it's important to get interaction from my audience, from my viewers. Building a community is very good. Some people use AI for creative art projects, films, because I know it's called Midjourney. I believe it's called Runway, which is a very high tech app that helps with the creative process of filmmaking. And a lot of people would love those kind of film things. So Midjourney is another app that helps, is an AI tool for creativity as well. Because all it does is make films for you. So the film is made, but you don't need to do much. You just edit the film, but you have to prompt. But that's another thing. So if you would like to, I think it's called Midjourney. There's one, it's an AI tool. I think it's Runway or Midjourney. Midjourney, I think. I'm gonna type it in now. So it's for filmmaking. A lot of filmmakers are now working on their own. Midjourney is great for images, and it can accurately generate an image that could improve the way you generate images. It allows, but Runway can animate the images for you. Runway AI. But I think you have to. Yeah, Runway is a tool that a lot of filmmakers who are working on their own use AI as a tool to help them create short films or feature films. A lot of animators are using AI now as a tool to create films and to get their work done in a much more efficient way and meet the deadlines as best they can. There's a festival, I think, of it. So if you know what I'm referring to, a lot of filmmakers. I have tried it, but it has been a bit of a stress because it's very expensive. You do have to pay to get it done. Credits. It could be cheaper, I would say. Excuse me. Thanks, Joseph, for joining. So if you want to make a point, doesn't need to be long. So if you like to join, please do make a point. If you have anything to say regarding AI, please do. So can AI benefit us in the future, or does it not benefit us, or can it just ruin us in the long term? Like, I know we're becoming too dependent on it, and we can't rely on it all the time because it doesn't always give what we want from it. So that's something that needs to be researched. If you would like to type, please do. If not, no worries. If anybody has anything to say regarding this whole debate, please do. You could type in the chat, or you could actually join as a guest speaker. You just have to join and I'll accept you. And you give your point. Wisdom, thanks for joining. You're very welcome to join. So it's basically a debate that I'm hosting about AI being beneficial for people in the future. Because I said, like, when I was speaking about AI, I was just saying, as a neurodiverse person, it helps me with tasks. It takes away the human error, but the human element, like the human interaction sort of thing. One person, he was pro AI. The other said yes, but one of them was on the fence, saying it can't be too reliant on it. We don't really need it. And our parents managed to survive. Generations before us managed to survive without it. Or hardly with it, basically. Because AI was not as technology wasn't that much advanced back then. So I think AI is more prominent now than it was before. If you want to join as a guest to speak on this topic, please do. If you want to type, please do. It's absolutely your choice to do so. So if anybody wants to say something, please do. If not, no worries. You can type. I'm leaving it up to you. It's your choice. Someone typed and two other people spoke. So I got 3 different answers. So it would be nice to hear from someone what they have to say about AI becoming the tool for creativity and advancement. If not, I don't want to end the live knowing that no, you will regret not saying anything. You don't have to speak, you could just type. It would be nice to hear, but if not, no worries. No problem. Because we know AI is very revolutionary. A lot of people see it as a revolution for them. But in the film industry, it is. But we don't like the whole creative. A lot of people protested in America because of it. A lot of people, actors, writers, went on strike because of AI and not being paid enough for their own efforts. Because AI is becoming a tool and people, it's cheap as well. It's cheaper. Not cheap necessarily, but it's cheaper. Because getting the actors and getting a crew is very expensive to find. So using AI as a way to cut the costs can help financially because you can create more projects. If you want to use animation as a mode for making films, AI is good for that as well. Like Runway and Midjourney are the top two apps in terms of creativity, AI creativity. So Midjourney is for images. Runway, but I think it's the Gen 3 version now. Currently, I've been looking into that because I have watched a video that the filmmakers were using AI. There's a festival every year. I think it's a very new festival. It's only started recently, so I guess, yeah, I think it's good to have that happen for them. And they all gathered and spoke about why AI is good for animation. Because a lot of animators are using AI as a tool now to create films now. So if you like to speak, do bring yourself as a guest speaker. If you would like to type, you can actually do that in the chat also, so that you don't have to speak. You don't need to speak if you don't want to. If you're not comfortable, it's hard for me to be bold. I know a lot of people don't have confidence, and I'm not very confident either. So yeah, it's something that I'm really working on, is my confidence. Trying to uplift myself every day. But if you don't want to speak, you can type. It's absolutely your choice. If anybody has anything to say, or type, you can type. It's no problem. You could say why or why not you. Why don't you really like the idea of it being made for the future? Countries like Japan and China are very technically advanced compared to a lot of countries in the West, and they're considered like the top rich countries in the world and stuff. So even in the Middle East, I think a lot of people started living there, like Saudi Arabia and Qatar and the UAE. Those countries are having their own artificial cities. I think in the UAE, I think there's an artificial city, a secret city that they're building. I can't remember what it was. I read about it, but I'm not sure if I'm really talking right or here. But I read something and saw something on TikTok about it, like a while back. They're building these secret artificial cities also. It's a bit similar to Japan is already ahead, China as well, and South Korea. Singapore is the same, and Hong Kong. Those Asian countries in the East are very much technically advanced. So the term third world has been loosely used to describe any country not in Europe or in the US or Canada. So, anything you would like to say upon the AI being advanced in the future, please do. Right, you can either type or you could give your verdict through the guests. So, but via, you can be invited, you can invite yourself as a guest and I'll accept your invite so that I'll allow you to talk. So, you can keep it brief on why you think. You can just justify a point. Doesn't need to be too long. Doesn't need to be too short. I mean, it doesn't need to be long. As long as you have something for either typing or talking. Someone kept it brief, so it helps them with their homework. It really does. I think it helps with tasks and document scheduling and documentation process of creating of creating a schedule or writing a document, or it really helps because I find starting tasks very hard without the use of AI. But at the same time, I don't want to become too dependent because I already have the foundation that AI has set for me. So I will actually permit myself to do these tasks without relying on AI so much because I can do it on my own. But AI is just there to start giving me a head start, really. If anything you would like to say, or if you want to type, if you want to speak, you could actually go through the guest thing. So you invite yourself as a guest. Sorry, I need to put my legs aching. You could actually speak as a guest. If not, you could type in the chat. It's absolutely your choice. Already 3 people spoke about it. One was on the fence. I get where he was coming from. Like, we don't really need it. We just don't really need it. Because we have technology, but sometimes technology can impact on our lives and how we do things and what it's not always going to be there when we need it in terms of an emergency. Like if you have an issue with a health problem and you really need to see the GP. Yeah, I did talk about my GP because they're owned by another organization, like a legal one, I think. I can't remember what the organization was called. If you'd like to speak, please join as a guest. If you don't want to speak, you could just type. And yeah, that's that. That's all I have to say. If you would like to say something about what I've been talking, so if anybody wants to speak, please do. If not, no worries. Or if not, no worries. You can type it. You can type in the chat as well. Because I said, like, AI can help make tasks much faster. You don't need to bring yourself too much stress or strain your mind. Like, it helps me when I was doing my planning for my ideas for short films. I had the story, but I just wanted AI to turn it into a script. I wanted it to turn into a shot list. There were all these things that I was wanting AI to do. AI did it. And I was able to have everything done. I don't need to complete more of a pre-production stage. I could just go into production and make the film happen. So that's that. Like you can collab with other filmmakers. I think it takes away the idea that you can't collab with anybody. But at the same time, you can if someone's willing to work with you. If not, you don't have the actor. I feel like you still need a voice actor if you're going to use AI as a tool to really speak on your ideas and stuff. So, but it can be useful. Can be useful. It's useful for a lot. Someone told me they were pro AI, perhaps. Like AI is very good. It helps correct their mistakes, especially writing, because they said they were dyslexic, and AI was very much there for them, and it helps them with the university work because writing essays is pretty challenging for them. So AI is good for that. I would say for myself as a neurodivergent person, it works. If you want to speak and challenge what I'm saying, please do. You want to add something or justify a point, please do. If you want to type in the chat, you can actually do that in the chat. It's right there for you to do. So you're welcome to say your points if anybody would like to speak. So if anyone has anything to say, please do. I'm leaving it open. So if not, if you don't have anything to say, I could just end the chat now. I'll come up with a different debate tomorrow or Saturday. I could do it. I am available tomorrow, so you should stay. If you want to follow, please do. If you want to subscribe, also, please do. If you want to help me on this TikTok journey to growing my account, please do. If you want to join any of my, you could be notified when I go live. And tomorrow, I will have to plan a topic. I have to think of an argument or a topic that could be debated upon. Maybe this topic's not ideal for everyone, but I feel it's very now. That's why I thought this is a great way of challenging people's ideas and perceptions on what they think. You could actually challenge the person who's making a point about the topic, like AI and stuff. So that will be great if you can. You can join tomorrow as well. So please follow and stay tuned for tomorrow if you would like to join. And as someone with autism, I felt like AI is very good for starting tasks and motivation. It motivates me to keep working, keep being productive as well. Because there's a lot of apps. A lot of apps like have AI in them now, like Facebook has AI in it, Instagram, YouTube. Don't know if YouTube has or no, can't have. A lot of apps nowadays are having AI implemented into their systems and makes it more easier for them. Gemini is part of Google now. Google have made it. It used to be called Bard, but it's now called Gemini. And if you have anything to say, you can actually join as a guest speaker. Or if you want to type your verdict, please do. I feel AI is very much a now topic. I will end the live in 8 minutes or so. So that is that. If anybody wants to speak, please do. If not, I'll be ending the live in a few minutes or so. And do follow if you want to stay tuned for, if you want to be notified when I go live, because you will find out that I'm actually live. And I'm going live in the evening tomorrow, so please follow me. And do, excuse me, sorry. Yes, and do share with your friends as well. And just repost the live. And tomorrow I will have to think of a topic again. It's quite a fun game, I would say. I think people like this. Helps with the interaction side of things. Excuse me. Yeah. You can follow my account. I wanted to go live yesterday, but I had to think about the topic. The way I'm going to do this is a game. You can do shorts, long, but do challenge the people that are joining the live. So the argument is, for those who have joined, I'll be ending the live in half, but at 6:30. I was supposed to say 6:30, not in a few minutes, but I'm just saying a few minutes just to keep the time going. So, yeah. If you would like to join, please do. You can actually type. You could join as a guest speaker and like the live as well and follow for more. Be notified when I go live. That's when you follow me, so you know. And that's that. So I'm hoping any words would be great. You could type, or you could make your point heard for the live. So it'd be great to have something from someone. If not, no worries, because there's always an opportunity for someone to justify their argument about AI becoming a tool for creativity. It could be done for manufacturing, technical aspects of it can correct certain human errors. Some people don't really agree with it. It takes away the human connection. We're becoming too dependent. Those things, you know. So if you have anything to say, please do. Otherwise, I meant to say, you can I'll just end the live as it were. But it would be great to hear or to have someone make a point. 3 people said something. It's good enough, but it would be nice to have more. So if you follow me, do stay tuned and do like this live as you can. So, or I could just pause the live and then end it that way. Now I'm gonna get water. Sorry, let me come back. So if you would like to join, no worries if you can't join. So thank you for joining the live. It's great to have everyone on, and I'll see you tomorrow.